Hey guys, I'm doing another video over Ensk this time. If you guys remember, we ended up getting capped out, and I'm just going to go over a couple things where we could have probably ended up setting up that cap. This is going to be a lot shorter video than last time. Right before we start here, I'm going to put up a reminder. I posted in the Discord chat that we're going to be doing a team training. Just to go over, work together, hopefully get to better as a team. I'm going to do little simple things. I guess it's not really simple. I mean, it's a little bit more advanced to what we've been doing, just going out playing, working as a team, and firing. But I'm going to end up teaching, hopefully trying to teach a lot of you how to tank stack, which would be a more effective move of us where we don't end up shooting each other, we don't block shots more often, and we effectively trade our HP. That's going to be here within a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I haven't decided a date that I want to do, but what's going to be different about this team training, hopefully I can get more of you end up becoming, is I'm going to be giving away 500 gold to one person who completes a certain set of challenges. These challenges are not going to relate to tank stats whatsoever. All it's going to relate to is simple, like do a tank race, for instance, maybe all Panzer 1Cs, and whoever I create a map or a trail for you guys to follow. The first one who ends up getting it wins. Maybe it could be also something like somebody had suggested a battle bridge where you have everybody pick who wants to be a couple captains, and then they get to pick their players based off the tanks that they want to do for the battle bridge on like Mountain Pass. You'll get in the middle of the bridge, and then first team who falls off loses, and the other team who's still remaining on the bridge wins. They get points that way, or even hide and seek. Like for instance, I could pick a grand battle map or even Podorovka or something like that where everybody's in heavy tanks, and I'm gonna scout, and whoever can kill me, they can find me and kill me. I find a bush, I set, and whoever find me and kill me, they get a point. Still little things like that. So just keep that out. We're giving away 500 gold who can ever win those challenges on that team training. In order to be eligible for the gold, you have to be in the team training. You can still come and play the games if you're not in the team training, but I encourage you, please come, guys. The more information you take in, the more we work as a team, I think the better off we'll be. But to go back to the video here, let's go ahead and get it started. Right at the start, we're going to send the super heavies over into this area. We're going to send an FV, WZ kind of over in here, a Mouse and IS-7 in that area, and we're going to send Duke up the middle, and the VK-7201s are going to hold this. I did not count on the VK-7201s. I mean, I counted on them to be able to be really effective. For instance, we ran into Type 5s, because their armor, the way it's sloping it's usually fairly good against Type 5s, but they brought 907s and stuff, so I ended up shredding them. Right off at the start, Duke ended up spotting these IS-7s, and he wasn't lit in the process. And I think the main reason he wasn't lit, because look where he's at. He's actually knocking down these trees. He's increasing his camo value. He has got his captain's hatch at the time. Whenever he first ran into this bush and stuff, his captain's hatch was showing, so he was able to light these guys, because there's markers on the back, one in the middle of each side, there's one in the gun mantlet, and there's one on the front, and I think there's also, there might not be one at the top of the tank, but there might be like maybe over in here, another dot, which those are the spotting dots. If any of those spots of your tank get lit, you know, it shows it to the enemy, or vice versa. You can usually show your captain's hatch only, and which is really small, but he might have got lucky in that bush that his captain's hatch was the only thing that was poking up. But anyways, that's just a little tidbit information for those of you who didn't know. Now over here, back at the types, I'm gonna once this type over here gets lit, I'm gonna show you guys the reason why we got this set up the way it is with our types, and what their role kind of is going to be for this. And there he is. Okay, so we've got JT right here. JT is looking out on this side, because if we were to poke out JT over here just to battle it here, he'd expose his whole entire tank, and he'd end up blocking shots for Toll House. So right here, we can just put JT, come in here, Toll House can come up on the side, get his gun up in it too, and it's just two guns on the one corner, because there's not much room on them. If you look over here, there's not much room for them to get two tanks in very well. It's a crowd, you can do it, but they're just crowding each other. So we got that, and then whenever JT, he's going to be taking the initial hits. Once his HP gets lower, if they were to brawl in here, Toll House would swap, take the spot, so we still got two guns into the fight. Same thing here with Yoshi, which I'll show you how the effectiveness of this is. Yoshi fires, Dust Bucket gets in, that guy fires, and then Dust Bucket hits it. See, that's exactly how this should be working. It was pulled off very well. Now Marty's over here. Marty's just over here simply if they push this line right through here, and what should be an E3, but we didn't have an E3 at the time because I wanted the 721K, so I should have put Dragon the E3, and then just took other tanks at the time. So we have got Surge here in the version 4. Like I said, it can kind of pull the same role of an E3, but nowhere near as effective as the E3 is. So Duke, he's here in the middle just to simply stop them from coming up through here, and then just to get shots down into here. Nice effective side shots. Well, we know that there are tanks heading down this way, but I didn't expect the numbers that they had. I figured it's Ensk. Everyone's going to want to do a city brawl, so it's just kind of a waiting game with our HP advantage, hopefully we would have had. But if I would take type 5s in this spot, that would give me what? Or type 5s and even maybe 2 mouses in a type 5. I'd have effectively maybe 1,000 to 1,500 more HP, and that's a lot more shots than slower. Alright, so we know the 907s are coming. So 2 907s lit. Now here pretty soon you're going to see me spamming the map. And what there goes start. I'm going to pause it here. So we've got the type 5s. I'm wanting them to push. I'm wanting them to push on this outer edge, and I'm wanting them to push here. And we're going to try to take out all this that we can. The reason I'm doing this, and I don't want anybody here, is because this is effectively Death Alley. It's a lot smaller version of Death Valley, but it's it's Death Alley rather than Valley. Because you can push through here. If we were to push through here with all our tanks, it's one at a time that all we can do. So if this guy here was to track, then we'd have a lot of less effective guns and he'd just be stuck here. So we're wrapping around the outside as a massive group to come. It's a slow moving group, but I'll come back to that. I'm going to go back over here to the VKs. I'm going to show you guys what I mean. The 907s have got such high heat penetration that they're just able to easily rip through this. Like, look, see right there, they pin the lower plate. The VKs and the Panzer 7s have got extreme hull armor. Even its lower plate is bouncy. If they were to load APCR, they would just bounce off. But they're loading heat, and the 907's heat is just crazy for a medium. So they're just ripping through those VKs, and that's why I think it'd probably be more effective if I took a mouse there, or even a, I mean, I guess a 705A would, because that's what we had before, but I just think a mouse and one type 5, 2 mouses in one would just be better. Alright, so you can see here we've got our types moving. They're just shooting this guy in the alley, you know, kind of just holding through. We got the other guys flanking. As soon as this guy's taken out, you know, I'll show you what we could have done to maybe make that more clean and more quicker and more precise, because we've got this type 5 here in this VK shooting straight onto our WZ and our Panzer 7s here, and that's what wrecked them. They were just getting shot from up in here, and I'm going to show you what we could have done to stop that. Alright, so we got this type 5 here dead, and Snooka's moving over. Snooka's going to end up slowing down this guy to get him to stop shooting onto this, which is going to be very, very nice and very, very smart. I think Tollhouse and JT should have done the same thing, because if you look over here, that's 3 types, and the massive size of the types, it ends up just blocking and they end up getting each other away, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Alright, you see JT aiming. JT didn't mean to do this. It's a total accident. You don't realize it, and this is why I want to show the tank stacking. JT blocked the shell of Green. See, Green now he's held his shot because he didn't want to shoot JT. He probably could have been more effective, you know, if JT would have just went around, stopped, watched Green to make sure Green shoots, but I was yelling at them, hurry up. Hurry up, come on you guys, you need to get back to base, you need to clean that up quick. It probably could have been up a little bit cleaner, and we probably could have had more HP over here if they would have pushed this way and taken up the Panzer 7. Or my bad, the pulled up VK 7201 and the Type 5, it probably would have made this a lot quicker because their gun's fire would have been in more. But there's something here I also want to show. Alright, so there, at the time, this base right through here, we didn't really reset this. It was more of the fact that one of these guys here ran outside of the cap and, oh, pork got ammo racked. Anyways, one of these guys ended up resetting the cap by just driving out. Alright, and so at this time, I remember we were shouting, shoot the IS-7, shoot the IS-7. And the reason we were saying shoot the IS-7 is because we've got this full HP here. Now there's only one other full HP in this, and that's the Sturv right here. And at the time, if you guys realize, a little bit past on the video, this guy here was over here. But I'm dead, I didn't realize that he was outside the cap. I figured, because you know, it stands to reason. If there's a full HP guy in the tank, he's probably the one that's got the cap points. And I know what Marty was thinking when he shot the version 4, because we've stressed this before in the last video. Always shoot the lowest HP tank. But that cancels itself out whenever we're getting capped, because you know you gotta reset, and the bigger reset you do, the better chance we have. Right now we have got the HP advantage. We've got a full HP type, another full HP type, JT's at 2,000 health, we've got Yoshi over here at 2,500, and then we still got Duke who's at 1,600, and we just had a huge HP advantage here. They've only got 1 full health, 2, 3 full health tanks, they're mediums, and then we also got the FE4005, you can't forget that in the corner. and he just does 1500 damage to that 430U. Alright, so right here, guys, Marty did what we were supposed to do in the beginning, but it's a reset, guys. He didn't. It's not Marty's fault. We've said before, always shoot the low HP targets. Now that this IS-7 here, Marty I think ended up ramming it or snuck him. Someone might have shot it. So now that IS-7 no longer has got the cap points, it didn't reduce it by much. Now we know that. So the two who's got the highest cap points is this IS-7 and this Sturv, and we know we should be shooting the Sturv. As a matter of fact, we have Snuka coming in here. One thing Snuka could have done is Snuka could have just charged straight in, pointed his gun straight towards this IS-7, rammed the Sturv. I mean, he went around. Let's see. Snuka ends up going around trying to take the shot because they're looking at Marty there. So Snuka goes and he fires and he misses. Now what he should have continued to do is move forward and just ram the Sturv, but he stops and he aims, and then someone ends up coming up, and I think he just got team damage there. That might have been Marty who hit it, but we could have just rammed it to reset that base. I don't know if that would have been. I mean, he did miss that. He apologized for it. He didn't mean, Snuka didn't mean to do it. He didn't mean to miss it. It's just, it was so quick on that time. Marty could have maybe charged through, but like I said, we didn't know. We shot the full HP IS-7 right here because we were saying shoot the full HP IS-7. There was also a lot of chaos in chat, if I remember right. So it's just everything would just jumbled together. So nobody meant to do it. I just figured I'd go over this video and just explain why it's important to always shoot the high HP targets. We did do really good. We did get a hit on that IS-7, but it turns out we did, like I said, I didn't know he ran out of the cap, and a few others didn't, so we're shouting shoot the full HP targets just to reset the cap. I mean, Marty probably could have got a reset if he wouldn't have killed the object version 4, but you guys got to remember, we did, and I stressed in the last video how important it is to take out the gun. He probably saved Duke by taking out that gun, but at the same time, we probably could have got the cap reset, but he didn't mean to, and I know he didn't mean to, and mistakes happen. It's hard when a lot of people yelling in chat and stuff saying, hey, I need you to hit this, and did you hit this, and then he remembers in his mind, okay, I got to take out the low HP target. Marty, in one way, did the right call, and then in the other way, to get that cap reset, he could have probably shot the others, and Snuka, if he would have took that extra second aim, probably could have took out that IS-7. But maybe another type, knowing that there was 2 or even 1 left, another type probably could have come down here and helped out Marty, because I remember I told all the type 5s to push, but Marty did the right thing. Marty did nothing wrong by coming over here, and he did the smart card. All of our types pushed through here. Marty looked at the map, and he's seen that 90% of the guys down here, and it was just 4. There was 4 right here, so he figured, okay, we have got the advantage. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types, and even there was an IS-7 there, so Marty pulled the right thing. He came back to base. I didn't have to call for it. He did it himself. He came back to base right at the start because he looked at the map. So Marty, thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. Guys, that's going to basically conclude this video here. I mean, it was just kind of a... we could have done... There's the big defeat sign. We easily could have won this. We had a huge HP advantage. I mean, we still had a really high FV over here who could have just shredded every single one of these guys. He probably even could have got lucky with the Hesh shells and killed the 907. But one thing, like I said, I could do better is I think I'm going to put a couple mouses here and a Type 5 just to hold this off. I hope to see you guys in Clan Wars, and do not forget, and I please mean it, please do not forget about the upcoming team training that's coming up. Remember, you could win 500 gold. Thank you guys, and I will see you in Clan Wars.